Hey everybody, it's Esthetician Jaq Gibson here. I know it has been such a long time. I'm so sorry, but I am back, okay? I want to bring to you today or share with you today my journey on becoming an esthetician. Someone did ask me about this, if I could share it, and so I thought absolutely, why not? If there's anything else you guys want to see from me, please feel free to comment below. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that you get that ding when I post more videos. However, to get back to the story, how I became an esthetician. So I was miserable. I was working at this telemarketing call center and I had been there for about 2 years. And funny thing is, I remember when I first went on the interview for the job, I really needed it at the time because I didn't have one. But I remember praying to God on my way home from the interview, asking him to only allow me to be at the job for 2 years because I didn't want to be stuck there. So almost 2 years to the T. Let's fast forward. I'm miserable. Okay. I am dreading coming through the doors to work. It's getting to be at that point. I knew I had to do something for my life. I knew I had to change the course of my path because I was so unhappy. And I knew that if I continued on the path that I was on, just like working 9 to 5 just to pay my bills, jobs that I didn't like, that mentally, spiritually, I was going to be drained physically. So I had to give it up. I started thinking about what I was going to do with my life. In the midst of that, my brother, shout out to my brother Samir. His name is @plush_cuts on Instagram. Check him out. He is a licensed barber here in California. He was in barber school at the time and he was like, yo, little sis, I think you should look into aesthetics. It seems to be right up your alley. At the time, I had never even heard of aesthetics, okay? So I look into it and sure enough, it's right up my alley. It's like facials and makeup and lashes. And these are things that I had already done in my life previously, like for pocket money in college and things of that sort. So I was like, okay, this is for sure up my alley. It's for me. So I start looking into schools to go to. And in the midst of that, I get a visit. Well, the company that I worked for gets a visit from the vice president of the company, and he basically gives everyone in the company a verbal 2-week warning. He lets everyone know that all of our jobs are at stake and anyone could be laid off, of course, at no fault of their own, but the company was about to go into a mass company layoff. So I knew that this was my chance and opportunity to get out. I was so unhappy at my job. So I went to my manager at the time, or supervisor, and I basically expressed to her that I wanted to sign up for the layoff. It was one of the bravest things that I think I've ever done career-wise, job-wise, financially in my life. I knew that because it was a layoff at no fault of my own, I would get a severance package. I would get at least 6 months unemployment. And during that time, I could figure out something new for my life, what I wanted to do, what new path I wanted to take, because I knew where I was at wasn't going to cut it. So I thank her to this day because she looked me square dead in my face and she said, Jack, I can honestly see that your passion is not here. So I'm going to go ahead and grant you that wish. Sure enough, layoffs came and I was looking at schools, mind you. I ended up finding a school by the name of Academy of Beauty in Culver City. Shout out. I loved it. I loved that school, but I found it. It had great reviews. I went to go visit. I liked it. And so the school, Academy of Beauty, they had it in their brochure where if you could prove that you were laid off at no fault of your own, that they could possibly help and assist you with school. So I was like, oh my God, this is God's divine timing. Like, yes. So I went ahead and got laid off. I took my severance package. I took my unemployment. I had basically 6 months to do something with my life. Because I was able to prove that I was laid off at no fault of my own. Oh my God. Academy of Beauty, they came through. There was a program, and I think it's called WIO or WIA, WIOA or WIO. Anyway, that is the program that the school partnered up with to provide funding or financial aid for students. I only had $1,000 at the time saved up, and I was so bummed because I was trying to save up for a car at the time. And the school was $7,000. And the funding was like, we can give you 6. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll have to come up with the other 1,000. Now I had it, but I was so sad. But I was like, you know what? Forget it. This is a new chance at my future, at a career, at an opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and give this $1,000 up. So I do. They matched my $6,000, or they matched my $1,000 with $6,000, and school is paid for. Like, God just knew it was time for me. It was time for a shift in my life. So, when I got into school, I loved it. I loved it. That was the only time in my life that I was happy, excited to get up at 6 a.m. to be somewhere by 8 a.m. I knew that I was destined at a place that I was supposed to be at. It was amazing. I miss school. Shout out to all my homegirls that I went to school with. I love y'all. I miss y'all. But yeah, school was cool to me. Once I got done, I finished esthetician school in about 5 months or so. I went full time in the daytime. It started out, I think 10 to 5, and then it was 8 to 5, and I just started really getting it out of the way. Once I finished, I think I began school April of 2017. I was done by September 2017. I completed 600 clock hours because that's the requirement for the state of California. And after that, I went ahead and I took my state board exam in October. So one time try, I passed. Thank the Lord, because I hear horror stories about the California State Board exam. But it was like it was meant. And as soon as I got my esthetician's license, I hit the pavement looking for a job. And then I got hired at a company that taught me sugaring. And so I was with them for about maybe 10 to 11 months. And in the beginning, I was really excited and really happy to be with them. But over time, I started to feel undervalued and not appreciated. And so what that did, though, I'm grateful because it basically made me see the value in myself. And it made me see the potential in myself and what I'm capable of. So I quit that job, and then I went on the next biggest career hop journey that I've ever done, and I went solo. I started working for myself. I became an entrepreneur. I named my company Beauty Bomb, and I have been operating as a self-made, self-employed, self-boss since October of 2018. It's been a beautiful, amazing journey. I'm so blessed. I'm blessed to be able to wake up every day and do something that I love to do. I'm grateful to be able to help pick up people every day. It's amazing. Some cases hit differently, especially when you know that you've really touched a person and you've really brightened their day or even life up, just from my healing hands. So I am definitely grateful that I have become an esthetician. I don't know what this like career holds in store for me. I'm still pretty much a newbie in the game. This year will make year 3 of me being an esthetician. So, and I still feel like I'm like literally just getting my toenail wet. Not even my toe. Like I still gotta like put my whole foot in, you know? So, it's been an amazing journey. That is my esthetician story. That is how I became an esthetician. If there's anything else that you guys want to know, again, please comment below. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure your notifications are turned on. I hope you guys are staying at home and staying safe during this coronavirus. Make sure you are taking all of your meds and vitamins and drinking water and teas and doing what you need to do. I guess I'm gonna shut up here. Have a good one, guys. Bye.